Hello everybody. If you're wondering where I am, I'm searching the forests of the world and the jungles for the perfect brew day. The mythological perfect brew day. And does it exist? Has it ever existed? Well, we're on a search for it. We're in the darkest, deepest jungles of the world looking for it. We've been to Southeast Asia. We've been to the deepest part of Africa, the jungles of South America, and we haven't found it. But here, in the deepest, darkest forest of South Yorkshire, we may have come across a place. Yes, there's a place there. We may have come across a place where we might just find a perfect brew day. Let's go closer and have a look. Well, good morning. What is a perfect brew day? Well, I'm hoping to show you what a perfect brew day is today, so that anybody who's thinking of brewing can see how smoothly it goes. Everything you see here was prepared yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, when I had a spare hour, I prepared everything. I put the water in the machine here. It's fridge filled to water today. I've got my sparge heater over here that's pre-filled, so all the water's done. The grains are weighed out. The hops are still upstairs in my house. I'm in my brewing garage, and everything's been done. It's a fine morning, which is perfect. It is cold, but the sun's coming up. It's about 6:30. I like an early start. I never like to start too late because it drags on. I like to start early and finish early. So all I've had to do this morning is simply walk down, press a button to get the water up to temperature, which it is doing. I put the water salts in, which were again pre-weighed yesterday, and I'm just waiting now to mash in. So it's stress-free, I feel totally relaxed. I have time to go and make a coffee. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a coffee. We'll catch up with you later for this perfect brew day. We should just be about ready to start mashing in now. So I'm going to go down and do that job. Everything's gone so smoothly. I've just had a coffee. Just checked my stuff. It's ready, my hops and my yeast. But before I go down, a perfect brew day is when a friend of mine waits for me to feed him with some marisotta that I've got spare. Here you are. Here. Come on. He's only got one leg that's working. There you are, my love. He's not quite ready to eat out but at the bowl, but he's nearly there. That's his mate. He's got a good leg. He's got two good legs. This one stood on one leg, so we call him Hoppy. So you enjoy that marisotta, Hoppy. And now I'm going to go down and mash in. Everything's going so perfect today. So perfect. Well, I've just started mashing in. It's at 67 degrees. I've got my grain here ready. It's quite a big grain bill today, 7 kilos. There's flaked oats, flaked wheat, carapils, Caragold, acid malt, a big chunk of marisotta. And it's my favourite style today, a New England IPA. Not easy to brew, but a beer I do love. So it's part of my perfect brew day because I'm making my perfect beer. So I'm going to get on with mashing in. This is my favourite bit. It'll take me a good 20 minutes because there's a lot, but I find this very soothing, very therapeutic, and I would share it with you, but as I say, 20 minutes you'd get bored very quickly. But for me, I'm in heaven. I'll get back to you later on this Perfect Brew day. Well, we've started the recirculation of the mash now for 1 hour. We've set a timer with Siri, who does everything for me on my Perfect Brew day. And we've got the mash water, the sparge water heating up, so we haven't forgotten that. Sometimes I have forgotten and it hasn't gone perfectly, the brew day, but today is a perfect one. A lovely colour that, whirlpooling nicely. So it's time to go upstairs now, relax, have a coffee, have my favourite vegan breakfast of fruit, and then we'll come and get on with the next stage later. Everything's perfect today. Well, I'm sparging at the moment. It is going rather slowly because there was a lot of wheat in there. But that doesn't matter on a Perfect Brew day. You can come outside in the sun, have a cup of coffee, carry on with your vegan breakfast, a banana which helps your brain tick over. Very important at my age. And I've got my friend over there, Hoppy, the pheasant, and then his mates up there, they're calling one another. So never get stressed up if your sparge is slow. Just sit outside in the sun, have a coffee, and just enjoy life. Well, I'll get back now and see how the sparge is going on. Wherever I am, Hoppy's not too far away. You see how he's only stood on one leg. I took him in when he first limped in, but his leg seems to have got worse. However, he has got fatter because I've fed him on Fawcett's Best Maris Otter, and wherever I am, he'll not be far away. So we'll get back to the brew day and hopefully it'll all go smoothly like it has done since I started. Well, we're boiling away nicely, half an hour boil. Let's put a protoflock in. Let's get that in. Don't need to stir it really, it'll dissolve on its own. It's gone so easy today, it's unbelievable. There's been no hops in this boil. I have got some hops to put in, but they're going in when it's finished boiling and I've cooled it down. So that's another thing I like, no hops in the boil. So smooth. But what I have got to hopefully make the brew smooth is some maltodextrin. So let's get it in. Sift it in so it doesn't sink to the bottom. This should make it a much smoother mouthfeel in this New England IPA. And the hops, by the way, are Talus. Never ever used them before. Let's just swill that out a bit. Talus, 9% alpha acids, very expensive hop. A gentleman kindly sent them to me free of charge, which makes it even better this brew day. The hops free. Not all of them. I have got some dry hops to put in which I have paid for. Some Citra and Mosaic, but those are for another day. Let's continue with this super smooth brew day, the perfect one. I'll go and have another coffee now. It's so easy. Well, I've put the Talus hops in, 100 grams at 9% alpha acids. I've whirlpooled it, and I've set the timer for 30 minutes. And then when that's over, we'll get it into the fermenter. Yes, 80 degrees, that's the temperature. This is me conical fermenter, and I've got my tilt in the bottom. So easy. I tell you, I could sit down now. Oh, what are you doing, Hoppy? Oh, he's drinking what? Haven't you got any water? Well, I'll have to get you some water. He's drinking me water that I've been using to cool. Let me get him a little dish full of water. Hey, poor little love. I'll get him some water. Well, it's been a great brew day. I've just been sat in the sun. We're just finishing off now. The perfect brew day. My wife's doing the bit she always likes doing. Getting it out of the boil kettle into the fermenter. The gravities have all been met. I think we've got an LG of 1.068. We're just using the filter here so that the hop residue doesn't go down into the conical. So while she's doing that on this perfect brew day, I'm going to sit out in the sun. Oh, that's lovely, that. While she does all the work. What a perfect brew day. Lovely cup of coffee, that. And that's what I like at the end of a perfect brew day, to sit in the garden, the edge of the forest, listening to the pheasants, beautiful creatures, and drinking coffee, contemplating on how smoothly it's all gone. However, to be fair and to be blunt and to be quite honest, some brew days don't always go smoothly. They're not always perfect and they don't go to plan. I think, to be honest, we ought to see maybe one that hasn't gone as smooth as it should have done. So if you are of a nature where you don't like offensive language and outdated behaviour, maybe you should look away now, because the next bit isn't for you. Cheers. Oh, nearly 7:25. I asked wife last night to clean all this bloody table so I could get my grains weighed out my hops. Look at it, eh? Bloody fermenter hasn't even been cleaned out that I'm putting my beer in. That's bloody great. She's laid there in bed with them hops. I said, get them hops weighed out. I can't even see them. She's moved them. Just a minute. Just a minute. Bloody hellfire. Heather, where have you put me hops? Well, I've just looked, they're not. Yeah, get your son up out of bed. Some of us have some work to do. Oh, 8:30 and she hasn't brought me any breakfast yet. I've had to make my own coffee. She's an idle woman. Heather! Heather! I'm bloody starving. Make me a sausage and a bacon sandwich, love.
I thought you were having vegan. What's that? Vegan?
Sod vegan breakfast, that's for rabbits.
Weight loss.
Get lost, I'm not having rabbit food. It's freezing out here. I want some proper make. And get yourself dressed, it's 8:30 on a Sunday. I'm trying to brew you. Hurry up. You know, I just give up. And look what I've got to sit in and all. A bloody green cold chair. It's that hoppy, that pheasant. I'm bloody sick of him eating my marisotta. I've got plans for him today because I've nought to eat. I'm going to get that barbecue fired up today. I fancy some proper mate. Yes, you little devil. I'll catch you. Well, just my luck, it's another slow sparge today. You know, I'm fed up of it. And she still hasn't brought me my sandwich. Where is it? Come on, woman. Oh, dear. Oh, about time. It must be bloody 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Put it down there, love. Oh, and by the way, I've sat on that coal green chair. Can you get rid of it? It's not even been cleaned. You know I asked you to clean it. Go and get me that that computer chair. Go get it. I did ask you. And there's some pebbles to stack, you know. We've got that 5 ton of pebbles to move that I had delivered. I can't do everything. I'm doing my best. Go on, get me that chair. Ah, never mind. You know, I'm struggling here. Have you got that chair? I like to sit down and relax, you know, during it boil. I can't even eat that because she's brought it. I'm sparging. I've got to fill it with some more water in a minute. Where is she? That's it. That's the one. Come on. Get it over here, love. Come on, you're stronger than that. Pull it. Pull it. Pull it straight across. Bloody hell, I could have done it myself quicker. Oh, God. That's it. Pull it. That's it. Mind me pebbles. Mind me pebbles. I'll have to help you. You know, if you want help doing, you can do it yourself. Look at pebbles. You'll have to rake them up now. Right, put it up for me. That's it. Oh, I've got to get this sparge done and eat my breakfast. That's it, love. Right, I'm going house now. Get me a coffee. All right, love. Cheers. I'll get on with sparge. Oh, I'm just going to have 5 minutes. First, then my sandwiches. I'm out of breath. You know, sometimes I think I'll give this up because I get no help at all. Ah. When you've had a hard day brewing, you've got to rest sometimes and let your wife take over. What are you doing, Heather? Well, don't forget you've got to clean that grain farther up. I've had hard days brewing. And when you've got a minute, bring me a coffee as well, will you, love? That's it. Mind my feet. Just tip them there, love. Down there. Now that side. That's it, love. Go on. Ah, you're a bit slow, Heather. Right. Anyway, hurry up and then you can clean grain farther, love. Well, cheers, everybody. A bad brew day should be finished with some champagne. However, look at this. That's the water I got. Just over 7 litres. Guess what? I fell asleep, didn't I, in that comfortable chair. And she didn't come and wake me up. It's her fault for bringing it. Bloody hell, look at that. Anyway, we'll have to go with that. Heather, get that yeast in, love. Oh. I'm going to have some champagne now. Get that yeast in.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Anytime you say it. That's what you can do with your beer.
What you done that for? Anyway, I'll have last laugh because it was bloody awful, that. I'm glad I didn't waste a packet of yeast. I'll give her some other jobs to do now. Heather, get that pheasant in oven for tonight. I'm starving. Cheers, everybody. Keep to champagne. Forget brewing. Well, cheers, everybody. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you saw that the perfect brew day can be achieved, and that if you're contemplating going into home brewing, then please do it. It's a great hobby. You won't be disappointed. The producers would just like to add that the characters in this video were fictitious characters. They don't exist. They resemble no persons living or who have ever lived, and so any views that might have upset you coming from these characters, forget it. They just don't exist. No pheasant was harmed during this production. In fact, the producers and director love pheasants. They love to feed them and look after them. And as for food choices, whether it be vegan, meat, vegetarian, we like them all here. We have everybody here on the production team is either a vegan, a vegetarian or a meat eater. We don't make any preferences at all. So if you've been upset, please don't be. So that's it. Still not sure whether champagne or beer is best, but I think beer is. This is a Hefeweizen. So stay safe, keep brewing, and I hope your next brew day is a perfect one. Bye for now.